Hey there, Saguto golfers. Tom Saguto here at the beautiful Tradition Club driving range in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Fantastic day for golf. And today I'm sharing something that I wish I knew when I started playing golf. And you're going to get a real head start on the competition because this is the key that gets you hitting the ball very crispy. And it was an eye-opener once I discovered this. The most addicting feeling in golf is puring the golf ball. If this feeling did not exist, I don't think we'd be playing golf. Oh, that felt so good. Buttery mash, center of the club face. And then the desire to do that over and over again because it's so addicting. It's like Oreos. They're really addicting. Well, this thing right here increases the chance of you striking the ball solid like that by 100%. Meaning you could go from striking 1 out of 10 shots like that, you know, where you spend most of your time hitting behind the ball, thinning and duffing, topping, things that are not desirable. You go from that to instead doing that every single time. And how do we know this is possible? We know it's possible because it's virtually a law when we do this in the golf swing. Thinking about the shoulders, just draw a circle around your shoulders. All right? I've got my lead arm staying straight. Now, I used to be a big shifter off of the golf ball. So my shoulders would move off the ball to the top of the backswing. And then I have to shift my shoulders back to the ball at impact and shift them on the way through. So I was one giant shifting weight machine trying to hit a little ball at 1 millisecond in time. Does anybody have better roulette odds? I think there's better odds in the casino than hitting a good shot with all this shifting. So the big discovery is this. Your shoulders are your contact point. If your lead arm stays straight, wherever the shoulders go, the contact point goes. So if I stay over the golf ball and keep my arm straight, I will always see a divot right there on the front side of the ball. And just look at that every time. There's that nice divot every time. It's a guarantee. Why? This arm staying straight with the weight forward creates one contact point. The shoulders stay in one spot. There's no shifting. Now I'm going to shift my machine back behind the ball. My shoulders are now behind the ball. Oh boy, I just messed up my station. There's a divot behind the ball. Again. Now here's what happens when I shift. Well, it could be anywhere. Do I shift enough? I'm actually hitting some thin shots here. I'm topping some because the club's not really coming to the ground. So it changes how the club comes into the ground immediately. If you want to start striking the ball solid, you've got to learn to keep your shoulders turning in a circle. So this goes around keeping your head in place. Jack Nicklaus once said that keeping your head in place is the most important thing in the golf swing. He envisioned a barber pole pointing through his head, going straight down into the ground, and just swinging like he's keeping that stick through his body. And it's not moving, like his body is just going around that stick. He said that people who shift don't know how to play. So there was a big thing going on at the time where there was a lot of shifting being taught. He said they don't know how to play. Because if you want to know how to play, you've got to learn to master this concept. So stop the shifting was what he was saying. If you shift, your contact point moves. You can't play golf at a high level with the moving contact point. It just doesn't happen. I'll take those odds all day. I'd bet against you all day if you were a shifter. I'd say you wouldn't be successful on tour. You wouldn't really find much success in golf. But I look at the players who stay the most centered, who have great ball striking and have a good short game. Like John Rahm, for example, he'll dominate all day. His shoulders turn in a circle. How do we get this? Well, I've got that barber pole analogy. I'm going to place some weight forward. I'm not going to change anything now. It's just shoulders. I'm going to swing my shoulders. And it's a guarantee. Because you just saw me do that little exercise with the left arm staying straight. I've got a few videos on the channel about how to keep the arm straight. We're not getting into too much detail about that. This is about the shoulders. If I keep those shoulders in a circle, that circle, not shifting, I'm creating a contact machine, like a robot. It can happen. It will happen if I do it correctly. There it is again. Simple. But hear this. It's not easy. The concept itself is very simple. The feelings you might have to use to get to this point are going to be different. Just like in golf, you ever hear the expression feel versus real? What I'm feeling is not what you're seeing. You know, I could feel like I'm staying over the ball, and it needs to feel like I'm over here. Or it could feel the opposite. The camera tells you, are you over the ball? Does your head move? Once you learn that head position and shoulder position work together to create a contact point, you just don't move your head and you keep your shoulders turning in a circle. So if you want to learn how to get your shoulders turning in a circle, you have to learn how to use the shoulders. That's a magic key. This is the eye opener. The shoulders turning in a circle. How do the shoulders turn in a circle? Well, point the shoulder at the ball. So I can't turn my shoulders level or else my head moves off the ball. I can't just tilt my shoulders, my head moves forward. But if I point this at the ball, like Arnold Palmer told us, I will keep my head in place, turn the shoulders in a circle. There's my good contact. Predictable push draw with a beautiful look. That's amazing. It never gets old either. You know, you might hit 1,000 of these beautiful shots and you say, I want to do that again and again and again. The pursuit of perfection in golf. Perfection is the ideal, but you can get pretty darn close as a human being to perfection if you just keep your shoulders turning in a circle. There's another contact in front of the ball, divot in front of the ball. You run into issues with your contact, like I said, if you move your shoulders. So you'd know that you're not doing well if your shoulders start moving off the ball, your head moves up and back or down and forward, like this isn't good either. I just keep those shoulders turning in a circle. And I'm guaranteeing great contact with that ball. There's my divot every single time. Every single time, every single time. Say it with me. Every single time. Isn't that fun? We don't play golf to be miserable. Golf is a recreational sport. It needs to be played to have enjoyment. And this is the most enjoyable way to play golf without having to practice hours all day long. Keep it simple. Don't move your shoulders. Learn how to keep the shoulders turning a circle. You'll have that same feeling that I'm having right here. And if you want to learn more on how to do that, I've got an online golf school, SagutoGolf, that will teach you step by step how to build a ball striking machine for your golf swing. What are you waiting for? Life's too short to be miserable. Good golf can happen right now for you with that online golf school, learning how to turn your shoulders in a circle. Have an awesome week.